The intersection of betting and sponsorships has led to the creation of a new model for sports revenue generation. The relationship between sponsorships and sports betting is symbiotic. Betting companies sponsor sports leagues, teams, and events, and in return, they gain access to massive audiences of fans who are eager to place wagers. Love what you're watching? Scan the QR to join the community. The NBA and NFL, for example, have collaborated with betting companies to promote betting platforms during broadcasts and through advertising. One of the most notable examples of this convergence is the sponsorship of stadiums by betting companies. In 2021, the NFL reached an agreement with Caesars Entertainment, allowing the betting company to become the official casino partner of the league. As part of the deal, Caesars is given extensive branding opportunities, including sponsorship of key events and in-stadium activations, while the NFL benefits from a new revenue stream through the rapidly growing sports betting market. This partnership also highlights a new trend, the presence of gambling ads during sports broadcasts. Fans who tune into live events, whether on television or through streaming platforms, are now frequently exposed to ads promoting betting services. While this raises concerns regarding the normalization of gambling, it also provides a significant revenue source for broadcasters and leagues. Beyond just placing bets, these platforms encourage a deeper level of interaction with the sport. For instance, sports fans can earn rewards, enter into fantasy leagues, and participate in betting challenges that offer prizes. This integration of sports betting into the fan experience has created new ways for fans to engage with their favorite sports and teams, making the viewing experience more immersive and dynamic. The challenges and controversies of sports betting and sponsorships. While the financial impact of betting and sponsorships has undoubtedly transformed the sports industry, there are significant challenges and controversies that must be addressed. The most pressing issue surrounding sports betting is the potential for increased gambling addiction and its social consequences. Critics argue that the increasing visibility of gambling ads and the ease of placing bets could lead to harmful behavior, especially among younger audiences. The relationship between betting, sponsorships, and the broader sports industry is evolving at an unprecedented pace. The convergence of these elements has reshaped how sports are consumed, how teams operate, and how fans interact with their favorite sports. As sports betting continues to expand, particularly in markets like the United States, and as sponsorship deals become increasingly integrated into the fan experience, the financial landscape of sports will continue to evolve. However, the rapid growth of sports betting and the increasing reliance on sponsorships also brings with it significant ethical and social challenges. As sports organizations look to balance revenue generation with the integrity of the games and the welfare of fans, they must tread carefully to ensure that the sports industry remains a source of enjoyment, excitement, and entertainment, rather than a platform for excessive commercialization. Looking forward, the sports industry will likely continue to be shaped by the forces of betting and sponsorships, with these two sectors driving significant financial growth and changing how sports are experienced globally. What is clear, however, is that the sports industry will never be the same. As sports betting continues to thrive and sponsorships become increasingly embedded in the sports ecosystem, technology is playing an undeniable role in shaping the future. The proliferation of advanced data analytics, artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning has revolutionized the sports industry, particularly when it comes to sports betting. These technologies are not just enhancing the fan experience, they are influencing how betting is conducted, how sponsors engage with audiences, and how teams and leagues optimize their operations. From a sponsorship perspective, fantasy sports have opened up new opportunities for brands to engage with audiences. For instance, sports betting companies have partnered with fantasy sports platforms to create integrated marketing campaigns where bettors can interact with the brand through fantasy games, special promotions, and in-app rewards. In some cases, sponsors also gain exclusive access to data from fantasy sports platforms, allowing them to tailor their marketing strategies to reach the most engaged sports fans. Betting and sponsorships in the digital age, the role of social media and streaming platforms. One of the major shifts in how sports betting and sponsorships are impacting modern sports is the growing influence of digital platforms, particularly social media and streaming services. These platforms have changed the way fans consume sports content, and as a result, they have transformed the advertising and sponsorship landscape. Social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok have become essential tools for sponsors to connect with younger, more engaged audiences, while streaming platforms like Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, and DAZN are now key players in broadcasting live sports. The relationship between sports and social media has created new opportunities for sponsorships. Brands now leverage social media to engage with fans in real time, offering promotions, behind-the-scenes content, and direct interactions with athletes and teams. Sponsorships are no longer just about logo placement on stadium billboards or during TV broadcasts. They now live in the digital realm, where fans can interact with brands in more personalized and meaningful ways. Sports betting companies, in particular, have capitalized on this shift, using social media to promote special betting odds, engage with users, and offer exclusive promotions to their followers. The convergence of sports betting, sponsorships, and streaming platforms is creating new revenue models for sports leagues, broadcasters, and brands. These partnerships allow betting companies and sponsors to gain direct access to millions of viewers, while at the same time enabling digital platforms to offer personalized experiences and real-time engagement for fans. As technology continues to evolve, this intersection will only deepen, further changing how we consume and interact with sports. Regulation and ethics. Navigating the complexities of betting and sponsorships. While the economic benefits of sports betting and sponsorships are evident, there are ethical and regulatory challenges that must be addressed. The rapid growth of sports betting in many regions, especially following the legalization of sports betting in the US, has raised concerns about the potential for addiction, the integrity of sports, and the impact on vulnerable populations. Gambling addiction remains one of the most significant concerns associated with the rise of sports betting. Critics argue that the increasing normalization of gambling through media exposure and the ease of placing bets can lead to problematic behaviors, particularly among younger fans. In response to these concerns, many countries and sports leagues have implemented measures to promote responsible gambling, including the inclusion of responsible gambling messaging in broadcasts, providing access to support services, and working with regulators to ensure fair play and minimize harm. The integrity of sports is another critical issue that comes into play with the rise of sports betting. Match fixing and the potential for manipulation of game outcomes are concerns that are heightened when financial stakes are high. To address these issues, sports leagues and betting regulators have introduced strict monitoring systems, requiring operators to report suspicious betting patterns. In fact, major sports leagues like the NFL and NBA have established integrity units designed to investigate any irregularities or potential breaches of betting-related rules. Additionally, there are concerns about the types of sponsors that are increasingly involved in the sports industry, particularly with gambling companies. While partnerships with betting companies provide significant financial rewards, there are questions about the ethical implications of promoting gambling, especially when it comes to younger audiences and vulnerable populations. Some leagues have adopted gambling-friendly sponsorship policies, while others are more cautious. In 2018, the UK's Premier League took a step toward limiting the number of gambling sponsors on team shirts, reducing the exposure of betting companies to younger viewers. The rapid evolution of the sports industry driven by betting and sponsorships has fundamentally changed the way we experience sports. From fan engagement to league operations, sponsorships and betting now play a central role in the global sports ecosystem. As these two elements continue to shape the industry, it's clear that they will remain driving forces in the continued growth and transformation of modern sports. Scan the QR for more.